Hey guys, it's Josh. A couple urgent security notices to go over today and how you could leverage ExtraHop to find this. ExtraHop Reveal X is really good at security hygiene. And one of those ways in today's world, in this post-compromise world, is do I have the devices or infrastructure that's in the latest security notice? In this case, we're going to talk about SonicWall, or we're going to talk about SolarWinds products that have just been released in the last day, in SonicWall's case, and then SolarWinds in the last week or so. You have to make eminently sure, do I have any of these devices in my environment or my remote sites? A lot of times executives and the businesses wants to make sure that we don't have this in our environment. And wire data and the packets is really, truly the only way to discover that, because agents and logs aren't necessarily going to give you the full picture like ingesting packets and analyzing and getting device level metrics does. So we've already released out an ability to look at SonicWall SSL VPN, as well as the SolarWinds Serv-U. So let's go over each of the security notices, and then I'll briefly show you how easy it is in ExtraHop to understand, do I have these devices in your environment? So the SonicWall one is really interesting, right? So SonicWall is kind of everywhere. They've been a small and medium business security company for a long time. It's very rare that you say disconnect immediately. So this firmware has basically been owned at this point. Imminent risk of a targeted ransomware attack. That's a big one. And then there's certain levels of this, like you literally need to disconnect immediately. So if you have these in your environment, you're not sure, you can use ExtraHop to understand that. And then you can be like, okay, let me go see this device, what versions is running. And this is going to really erode the trust in SonicWall at all, right? So you're going to want to take a deeper look at any of your SonicWall devices to make absolutely sure, because that could really cause a lot of problems for you. So there's some models here you need to immediately update, and some you just need to disconnect completely. Okay, so that's the SonicWall one. The SolarWinds one is the Serv-U managed file transfer and the secure FTP. So again, SolarWinds once again has been hit, and then Microsoft told them about some IOCs and be able to do some remote code execution. So if you're running SolarWinds Serv-U, just like any SolarWinds, you're going to need to take a really deep look at that and really put it in a box and make sure that it's not doing anything out of the ordinary, because we give a lot of credentials to these solutions. And so if someone owns them, they can cause a lot of damage in your environment. So I'll put these links in my YouTube post, but really what I scrolled down to here is what action should I take? So you're going to want to upgrade the Serv-U product, and you can make a personal choice to disconnect it or replace it with another solution. But their recommendation is to upgrade it. But essentially, this is an issue here that's potentially owned. You're going to want to take a look and see where have you connected the Serv-U products with an ExtraHop. I have other videos on how to do those threat investigations. It's really simple, and you're going to want to understand. Same with any of the SonicWall SSL VPNs. Has it been owned? Has there been any nefarious connections? What's that blast radius look like? Okay, so now we've looked at SonicWall, we've looked at SolarWinds, the latest threat breaches. How do we use ExtraHop to understand, is this in my environment? So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the device group page up here in assets. I'm gonna hit create device group. You can call this like SonicWall VPN. And you're gonna go dynamic, and then you're gonna go to software here. And then the first one you're going to do is you're just going to do SonicWall SSL VPN. All right. And then for SolarWinds SU, you're going to see there's actually a Serv-U here. Okay, cool. So then you hit save and it creates that. I already have one kind of mocked up here. I don't have any SonicWall devices in my lab, so I just use new devices to give you that criteria. So in yours, it's going to say SonicWall SSL VPN. This will then give you immediate insights. What devices are running SonicWall? What devices are running SolarWinds Serv-U? Then you can go in and say, how pervasive is this? And you should inspect every single one of these devices. Who's it connected to? Where are they? Is there any detections associated with that? And you could quickly do that by clicking the activity map to say, here's all my SonicWall devices. Who are they connected to? Where are they moving back and forth in my environment? And then you can start to make a quick understanding of where those connections are being made within your environment and how that affects the rest of your infrastructure to know, like, all right, here's all my individual connections from my SonicWall devices. Let me inspect those. Let me see if there's detections associated with that's happening in my environment. So it's a really powerful way to visualize the scope. And if you do see something that's strange, you can then investigate that and click on that individual device, go into there, and you can see that there's some detections associated with that device. Here's the IP addresses. Here's who it's connected to. And then you can start to dig and understand what else happened? How far did this go? How long have I been owned from this perspective? What else did they touch from a SIS perspective? You're able to go in and start to look at that blast radius and understand all the things that it was touched. And I have other videos to go deeper into that threat research. If you do see that you have SonicWall SSL VPNs and you're not quite sure where to go, you can obviously look at my other videos or reach out to your ExtraHop sales engineer. We're happy to help you. Hope this was helpful. Thanks, guys, and stay secure.